my name is Tyler Mendoza, and today I will be presenting my final class project for Religion 110. My presentation is on witchcraft in colonial America with a specific emphasis on the Salem witch trials. This topic is important because witchcraft accusations were not just superstition, but were deeply connected to religion, law, and daily life in the colonies. The Salem witch trials are the most well-known example, but they were part of a larger pattern of belief and persecution that existed throughout colonial America. Overview of witchcraft in colonial America. The first settlers to arrive from England began to settle in North America in 1607 and established the first British colony, Jamestown, in Virginia. Then, settlers arrived in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. All of these first settlers would have been very familiar with witchcraft based upon the British law and its position on witchcraft, for they believed in it back in Europe. The oldest known charge of witchcraft in North America was in 1626 in the Virginia colony against a woman named Joan Wright. So, witchcraft across colonial America was a fairly common accusation. The Massachusetts Bay Colony. In 1641, the Massachusetts Bay Colony made the first legal code in the British New England colonies. This code included provision for making a witchcraft a capital offense, which means that if found guilty, a person will be executed for it. From 1648 to 1688, 5 people were hanged as witches in the colony. The most notorious witch trials in the Massachusetts Bay Colony in American history began in 1692 in the village of Salem. The first person to be tried and executed for witchcraft in Salem was Bridget Bishop, an elderly woman who was hanged on June 10, 1692. The Salem Witch Trials. The Salem Witch Trials began when Elizabeth Parris and Abigail Williams started acting violently and unpredictably. They experienced twitching, fits of anger, and hysterical screaming. Soon after, another young girl began showing similar behavior. One of the girl's fathers was Reverend Samuel Parris, the first ordained minister of the Salem Church. The girls were brought before the court and accused 3 women of witchcraft: Sarah Good, a homeless woman; Sarah Osborne, an elderly woman; and Tituba, an enslaved woman who worked for Reverend Parris. Tituba admitted to being a witch and claimed that other witches were plotting against the community. This confession caused mass hysteria, leading to hundreds of accusations and many arrests throughout Salem. Courts step in and the end of the trials. Many people on trial were accused based on spiritual evidence, meaning claims that spirits attacked others through dreams or visions. A Boston minister named Cotton Mather, who believed in witchcraft, wrote to the courts asking them not to use spiritual evidence when determining guilt, but his request was denied. His son, Increase Mather, who was the president of Harvard University, later wrote to Governor Phipps. In October 1692, Governor Phipps dissolved the 2 witchcraft courts and established a new court that no longer allowed spiritual evidence. After this change, only 3 of 56 defendants were found guilty. By May of 1693, Governor Phipps banned further arrests and pardoned those still imprisoned. Cultural and legal reform. The Salem witch trials led to long-lasting legal and cultural reforms. One major outcome was the emphasis on legal representation, cross-examination, and the principle of innocent until proven guilty. The trials also demonstrated how mass hysteria and accusations without proper evidence can lead to unjust persecution. These events created fear and trauma that affected entire communities and continue to serve as a warning about the dangers of unchecked belief systems. The main takeaway from the Salem witch trials is that fear and belief, when combined with legal authority, can result in serious injustice. These trials show why evidence and fair legal procedures are essential in protecting people from persecution. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening to my presentation on witchcraft in colonial America and the Salem witch trials. Here are my references, and thank you for your time.